Good day everyone, I am Jada G. Obiano, and for today's video lesson, I will be discussing the three important topics in C++ programming. So first, I will explain the preprocessor directives, the main function, namespaces, and basic input and output. And then after that, I will discuss simple selection using if and if-else statements. And lastly, I will explain multiple and nested selection using else-if ladder and nested if. So now let's start with the first topic. So first, let's talk about preprocessor directives. So a preprocessor directive starts with a hashtag like this. Yan. And a common example is this is the hashtag include IOStream. Yan. This line allows the program to use input and output commands like cin and cout. Next is the namespace. We usually write using namespace std then semicolon. This allows us to use cin and cout directly without typing std repeatedly. Let me show you an example with using namespace std. Here, then let's just type int main, then semicolon, then curly bracket, and then return 0 in order for our program to run successfully. Now let's put cout, put a message which is hello C++, and then semicolon. Yan. This is the example of a program using namespace std. If we use using namespace std, our program will look more clear and easy to read. And if we remove the using namespace std, we must use or type std repeatedly. For example, this we should put an std and cout hello C and then semicolon. This is the example program without using namespace std. So this shows why using namespace std is important in order for our program to be more easy to read and more clearer. Now let's talk about the main function, which is this. The main function is written as int main. This is the starting point of the program, meaning this is where our program begins to run. So now let's talk about return 0. So since the main function is type int, it must return a value. So our return 0 naman is it tells the operating system that the program ended successfully. When the program reaches return 0, it stops running and exits properly. This is why return 0 is important in a C++ program. So now let's talk about output. To display something on the screen, we use cout. The word cout means character output. It sends data from the program to the screen so the user can see it. For example, First, let's put using namespace std, space std, then semicolon, and let's put our cout, put a message. Hello world, and then semicolon, and if we run it, so it shows hello world. That is what I mean when the word cout, it sends data from the program to the screen so the user can see it. Now let's go to cin. So to get the data from the user, we use cin. The word cin means character input. It allows the users to type information using the keyboard. So for example, let's remove this and declare int number, then cin number, then semicolon, and if we run this, so as you can see, wala ka pang nakikita because the program waits for the users to type a number. Whatever the users enter will be stored in the variable number. Let's try to put number 12. That's how it works. And now let's combine input and output. So here we just remove this first and then put cout, enter a number, then semicolon, and then cin number, and then let's run it. So as you can see, yung sini-out natin is lumabas sa screen asking the users to enter a number, and then if we enter the number, that's how it works. The program displays the value entered by the user. So in simple terms, cout is used to display output and cin is used to input from the user. Now that we know how input and output work, we can now make decisions using conditions. Now let's proceed to the topic 2, which is simple selection using if and if else. First, let's talk about the simple selection. Simple selection allows the program to decide based on a condition. So for example, int number, int number, and then cin pala, cin, then number, then semicolon, and then we use if, and then put close open parenthesis, and inside it we put number is greater than 0. And then after that we put curly bracket, and inside it we will put cout, then display a message, the number is positive. Yan. And then semicolon. So run. So if the condition is true, the message will be displayed. For example, we put 1. output will show the number is positive. Now, let's use if else when there are two possible conditions. For example, let's remove this again, and then put if, and then put in parentheses number is 7. Modulus 2 is equals to 0, and then the curly bracket, inside it we will put C out even number, and then semicolon, and then here we will put else, and then curly bracket again, and inside it we will put C out odd number, then semicolon. And so if the condition is true, it shows even, otherwise it shows odd. And so let's try. So we put 2 will show even number, but if we put 3, the program will show odd number. Now that we understand simple decision, we can move to more complex making. So now let's proceed to our topic 3, which is multiple and nested selection using else if, ladder, and nested if. Now first let's remove this, and then here. Now let's move on to multiple and nested selection. This is used when one condition is not enough and the program needs to check more than one condition. So first is the else if ladder. This is used when there are many conditions but only one output is needed. So for example, int score cin score semicolon, and then if score is greater than or equal to 90, then our curly bracket, then inside it we will put C out, will put excellent, and then the semicolon, and then here we put else if curly semicolon, open parentheses, then score, then greater than or equal to 75, and then curly bracket again, and inside it we will put C out, and if true it will show pass. Then the semicolon, and if not, if it false, it will direct us to else, and then curly bracket again, and then put C out inside C out. If not, it will show failed. If not, in the two choices, it will be show failed. So let's try. So as you can see, the output or the program asks the users to input a number. So first we put 93. The program will show excellent. But if we put we put 76, it will show pass. But if we put 73, it will show failed. Now, as you can see, first I declare a variable called score, and then I use cin to get the user's input. The program codes, yan. The program checks the first condition if the score is greater than or equal to 90, and if it's true, it displays excellent, but false, it will check the second condition, which is the score is greater than or equal to 75. Then if true, it will show pass. But if none of the conditions are true, it will direct us to the else, and then it will show failed. That's how it works. Now let's proceed to nested if, which means an if statement inside another if. This is used when one decision depends on another decision. So let's type and put some example. Okay, page, and then semicolon, then C out. Then put message, enter your age, and then semicolon again, and then cin in order for the program to ask the users to input their age. And then we use the if inside open close parentheses, we put age is greater than or equal to 18, then curly bracket, and inside it we put if age is greater or equal to 60, and then curly bracket again, and inside it we will put C out, and if true, it will show senior citizen. Yeah, and then our semicolon, of course, don't forget it, and if not, it will direct us to else. And curly bracket again, and inside it we'll put C out, and then put adult, and then semicolon. Don't forget that, because our program will not run if we forget to put semicolon in the end. And then if the first choice didn't run, put else here, else, and then curly bracket, and inside it we will put C out, then semicolon here. So first I include the iOS stream library, as you can see here, and the using namespace as td, and then I start the main function, and I declare an integer variable called age. Next, I ask the users to enter their age, and I store input using the cin. And here, as you can see, the program first checks if the age is 18 here or above. If this is false, it directly displays to minor here. If it's true naman, the program will check the another condition inside, which is if age is greater than or equal to 60 or above. If this condition is true, it display senior citizen, and if it false, it will direct us to the else, and it will show adult. This is called nested if because one condition is inside another condition. To summarize, we discussed preprocessor directives, the main function, namespaces, and basic input and output. Then we learned simple selection using if and if else, and finally we explored multiple and nested selection using else if ladder and nested if statements. So these topics are important because they allow C++ programs to communicate with users, process information, and make decisions. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something to me for today's video. So, and that includes my video lesson. Thank you for watching.